I imagine the mother of Matthew was born on June 15 in Bogota. My husband Brian was a company that they inherited from his parents. His father died when he was 40 years. He started to have problems with the time of his health. One day, a mother take into the hospital where one left his dates on scratching with a machine to keep in control. That they said to his son that the son would be well, that was disciplined, and that it wanted too much. Finally, died signs of the husband of the small Matthew.
My father died when I was studying transition, therefore, and several problems to speak why my fellow were in catalogs in the Chaiwi but my teacher recommends than in the class or board. Or tax always respond in very concrete way. Was another reason for me classmate made my me jokes on comments of mockery. Time after my mother had an accident, they will then to comment below.
I was on his way to work in my Camaro Model 75 and at a garage for a rat behind speed my car a truck of a company of parents of gasoline in one of the crews of not managed to stop the truck. They fired was not completely. Of my car was exploded. That started to show to auxiliary assistance. For a long time a person managed to listen but I have found a part of my body. That person communicated with an ambulance and fibers while he wanted me wander in the part where I farted. After the paramedics have got the ambulance, I took me to the hospital clothes. I was adulting for a long day. When woke up, a doctor told me about the birth, that I had give me the worst news that I have his legs amputated in a few hours. Thousands of these came up at the head. What worried me was who it would make in my son to take me care of myself, and he later died buried in the final studies.
Many years later began his studies at the University College St. Thomas University. From the day they entered felt very worried and confused by fear to continue treating him poorly as peers, and the first situation in that was his on this first day of class that I present.
Good afternoon. My name is Matthew. I am from Colombia, Bogota. I am 18 years old and decided to study international business because it's a career I love.
Having present, many of followed through. It was very strange a person. At the same moment, her teacher requests in the end of the class. His companies place unique names like Matthew. He developed of ideas that time his teacher recommended him to say their views in the class, but that they had to be more specific and consistent. Since he was kid worried about the way in the which classmates thought they sat down to talk, Matthew, much to surprise him pleasantly, it was a very able student but perfect, had to some complex that I can't understand. Years later, the five half took a big drawback with a work about the student of Market de Chile, forgetting to cite page in which had carried out the research. Had a problem because it was interested that it was plagiarized information.
He solved the problem by that inconvenient, managed to follow their studies with normality, although being indulged of more than one of the managed by one incumbent. With the pass of time he managed to prove that he was a person with gold for values and that problem was just a mistake. With his great works and contribution both in class and faculty, Matthew managed to clear his name and graduated with honors and spent. After this took a share in the company of his father who had a large company exporting coffee. His boss was very demanding with employees and trained it at this a beautiful way, which added to their complaints and insecurities. Matthew did feel quiet, inferior, and could not state as he hoped.
Good morning, Matthew. I need you in my office now.
I need, mister.
Need to talk business with you.
What aspect for your company?
Aspect of production. We need to invest in machinery to maximize production. Our rivals already was more advanced machinery. We are falling behind in the production and export. We can cope with that you request our customers.
I analyzed the situation, current the company and attaining have contact with several companies that produce machinery we need and at prices that are truly goodwill.
I need a report tomorrow morning on all the cost of those machines to make a decision immediately. Do you understand me, Matthew?
Yes, boss.
The next day, the chief arrived early than the request on the staff. Something unusual.
No wise, so I get to finish his report.
Request Matthew right now in my office.
Nervous.
Go ahead, Matthew. Sit.
Thanks.
Matthew, did bring what you asked.
At name check, my briefcase, I don't have it.
Saying quite irresponsible.
It I feel.
Not is that you say to person or another 5 hours.
But head, it's a very well made and detailed report. Already first with several companies and it's not more that you chose it teams and his factor for use.
It is not what I want. I think tourist that you could to think will and how not expect it with enough. I will be looking for another person or I will do it. Thank you. Month later, Matthew had a great idea that I was exporting coffee to a country that was Finland, where people hardly had the possibility of consume coffee daily.
Say this idea to your boss.
You say that was the worst idea of business that he hears because not was to have major benefits economic and it the progress of sport was very complicated.
But it's a way to promote our company don't not approve this idea.
They are people with no vision and nothing about business.
But few alternatives that have the company is we're losing sales, customers, if we so company will not ask longer in break.
Then going to be a little equitable. The capital that had interest to his other project. It will get underway in the machinery for see if the plan of Matthew work. Not have another alternative moderately reasonable. And if you play win, you kill in double matches of the company.
Came into screaming.
At last, within the ideal let me Matthew was efficiently bringing excellent results for the company, and with an expected rise for sound, bringing within more ideas to give the company a gradual international boom. It became a good leader despite his past consistently achieving great things and the compliance of its objectives.